Welcome back to MoneyWiseSmart and Happy New Year. As we kick off the new year, a lot of people have New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals, us included. And we're here to help you with some of yours and talk about some of ours. For us, we're looking to bring you more consistent content, things that you find valuable to help you accomplish your goals. For many of our followers, some of their New Year's resolutions include becoming a smarter and better researched investor. If you are one of those followers and your goal is to become a smarter investor, please like and subscribe our page. This will help you get more regular content on companies that we regularly do work on. For many people, their New Year's resolutions center around their career, looking for new opportunities, getting into a new line of work, venturing out on their own to start their own business. Interestingly, the pandemic has caused huge shifts in the way employees think about work and how the employment market is set up, both in the US and globally. The US economy has posted over 10 million job openings each month since June, yet unemployment has fallen back down towards normal rate. Yet there are still 6.3 million unemployed Americans. So with so many job openings and so many people considering themselves unemployed, clearly there is a disconnect here. In the first week of 2022 alone, as you can see, over 2.5 million new job postings on LinkedIn globally, and over 900,000 in the US alone. So with all these changes going on and everybody making these types of New Year's resolutions to kick off 2022, we thought this would be an opportune time to revisit one of the MoneyWiseSmart names most impacted by this ongoing evolution of the workforce, and that's Upwork, a platform that facilitates companies and freelancers coming together to solve the needs of employees and to help professionals find the flexibility in the work that they're looking for while becoming freelancers. In today's video, we're going to go over the pros and the cons of the Upwork platform. We're going to discuss the moats around the business. We're going to look at who the key competitors are, and we're going to look at some interesting things we found in helping us gauge how these different competitors stack up. When we last talked about Upwork, the stock was trading at a much higher level, near $60 per share, and we proceeded with caution looking at some of the metrics we follow because of the company's lack of profitability. Yet volatility into year end and to start off 2022 has share prices now below $30 per share. And at around $30 per share, valuation seems much more reasonable. Yet there are still some things we're watching for to give us our clear signals that it's time to take a meaningful position. That said, the stock at this level is trading closer to 10 times 2020 revenues, as opposed to nearly 20 last time we talked about the name. And as you look here on the right, if you look at the 2021 targets or the company's longer term targets of exceeding $1 billion of sales, the valuation multiples are a lot more reasonable here at these levels. So as a quick reminder, MoneyWiseSmart investment thesis is based around 8 principles. Today we're going to be focusing on the third principle, understanding the moats around the business and the competitive advantage that this business has. So, quickly looking at the Upwork platform as a whole. Upwork is the largest freelance platform online. Last reported, the company has over 750,000 total clients. These are businesses that have paid for freelance services within the last 12 months. The company has also reported gross service volume of over 3.2 billion over the last 12 months of reported results. And this is large growth, above 50% year over year from where it was at this point last year. While the company doesn't give exact numbers on how many freelancers are on the platform, you can find that there are over 9 million members in the network community, which is a good indicator of the amount of engagement the site has. One thing that the company prides itself on is that they position the work that they facilitate to be larger, high value, and higher skilled engagements. Majority of the work that happens through Upwork is what they would consider large engagements, projects that are priced and contribute earnings to the freelancer of over $1,000. And the company has long-term client relationships with corporations that help them facilitate and help freelancers grow similar long-term relationships with clients. So some of the pros and cons of the site. First, starting with the pros. As we just mentioned, Upwork lends itself to larger engagements that are longer in duration. While it is potentially difficult to land these clients up front, as a freelancer does more work on Upwork, it allows them to better build relationships and continue to generate work with the same clients. This leads to higher levels of earnings for those freelancers and better ease of work, finding work into the future as they need it. Second, and one that I think is most important, is ease of use and the overall outlay of the platform. As you can see through some of these videos, Upwork has taken a lot of attention to detail in the way that they lay out their work and helps organizations and businesses find the freelancers that have the ability to provide the most value to the work that they need. And third, Upwork provides some amazing tools and protections for both freelancers and corporations. One of the most important one is payment protection, and this allows the platform to help facilitate all the transactions that take place between a client and a freelancer. It allows the freelancer to feel comfortable that they will ultimately be paid for the work that they do, and helps protect companies from making sure that they are getting the quality of work that they have bargained for. Additionally, the platform has built-in time trackers, performance metrics, milestone tracking, and other helpful tools both sides of the relationship can see with true transparency the amount of work that is going into the success of the product. Now, on the con side of things, the platform can be considered costly to use, especially for newer freelancers. Freelancers have to use credits to bid on jobs that are posted on the site. These credits, as you utilize your credits, there are times when more credits are needed, in which case freelancers need to buy more or sign up for more premium services. So this provides a barrier to entry for new freelancers that some find cumbersome. The second is competition. There are, as we mentioned earlier, millions of freelancers on the site, some of which have long track records, work completed, and a great history with established clients and relationships. It makes it hard for newer freelancers to break in and start to build out a portfolio of their own. Some freelancers have reported that other platforms are easier to get started on. And then lastly, if you listen to the Upwork conference calls or the way the company talks about their growth, Upwork is focused on the enterprise side of things and the clients. They're worried about making sure that they provide the best services for businesses, Fortune 500 companies, and the companies that are ultimately paying the highest amount of revenues and fees to the company. Most of the time, this is a beneficial thing. But if there's ever a conflict or concern between a freelancer and a client, it's likely that Upwork will side with the client. So this is one thing that people have flagged as a con. That said, these pros and cons and the benefits of the platform that create significant value both for the freelancers and for the client. And most importantly, for Upwork, which is what creates such a strong moat around the business, is these dynamics create a flywheel effect. As more companies look to gain work from freelancers on the site, more freelancers get drawn to the site, and a flywheel effect causes the overall size of gross service volume of enterprise clients of freelancers on the site to all increase in unison, causing the business to continue to grow. In the company's most recently 10K filing, they list a number of competitive factors that they believe differentiate them from the competition. One that they highlight at the top of the list is the accelerated time to hire. Upwork likes to talk about the fact that it takes, on average, less than 3 days for a company to find a freelancer to fulfill the needs that they have as an employer, significantly faster than the company's ability to find a full-time employee that readily fits the needs of the job description. Some of the others we've talked about as well. The verified work history and payment history of clients and freelancers, the size of the user base and corporations involved, the breadth of the product categories involved, which Upwork highlights of being over 50,000 different skills, as well as some brand recognition and a number of other things listed here. So who competes with Upwork? We believe that this is a highly competitive space, and as the evolution of the workforce continues, more and more companies will look to gain a foothold in this space. In our opinion, the true competitors to this platform currently are those listed as online freelancer platforms. Fiverr, which focuses on lower price point projects, more gig type work, both personally and while talking to other freelancers. We've found that the Fiverr platform is a lot less easy to navigate, and the layout of the platform can be complicated to find work, as it is geared more towards corporations and businesses finding freelancers, as opposed to freelancers being able to equally find the work that they are looking for. Recently, LinkedIn, which is owned by Microsoft, announced the global launch of their marketplace platform after months of beta testing in the US. This is a significant shift in the freelance platform dynamic, and that this is the first time one of the major tech conglomerates in the world is investing heavily in this side of the business. So it will be important for us to continue to watch the evolution of LinkedIn's service providing here. There are many different metrics that we can look at to show how these companies compare. We can look at the financials, we can look at the stock performance, we can survey freelancers around the globe. One that we've recently started watching is the placement of these different apps in the app stores as an indicator of demand for each product. As you can see off to the right, here are select listings of apps and their rankings in the App Store as of January 2nd, 2022. Surprisingly to us, Upwork is much lower on the list than we would have expected and falls far behind Fiverr, LinkedIn, and a number of other freelance type work platforms. This is a dynamic we will continue to watch and evolve. So, with all of that, we strongly believe that Upwork has some great competitive advantage as the industry leader with the largest freelance platform currently. But we note that there is significant competition in this space, a dynamic we don't think will change. Management is confident on their ability to continue leading this industry into the future. And this is a dynamic we'll continue to watch closely. While valuation has become much more compelling given recent weakness in the stock, we still proceed cautiously on this stock. We'll look to see if the growth rates that have recently been performing and the path to profitability that the company has talked through recently can continue to hold and live up to investor expectations as the company gets ready to report fourth quarter earnings in the next few weeks. At MoneyWiseSmart, we do deep dive research into high quality companies that we look at as great long-term investments. Some of the work we have done is available for free on our website as part of our free research series. You can check that out at the link below. We aim to help you learn to compound your wealth. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to our page. And we'll be back with another video soon.